Alrighty, it's time for us to continue playing as Hercule Poirot in Agatha Christie's Evil Under the Sun. Yeah, we have lots of stuff. Still have bank funds. And all of these things. And our notes say, look for the ghost of Tom Cutter and search for the typewriter that matches the threatening notes. And we figured out some things about people. He's obsessed with Elena Marshall. Horace Blatz, owner of a hardware store. Christine Redfern, fear of losing her husband to Arlena. Colonel Weston. Oh yeah, no. Bagby Will Jenks. That's fine. Documents. Timings. Alright, we are gonna go check for Tom Cutter's ghost, I guess.
Good heavens, Poirot! It's the ghost of Tom Cutter!
Steady, my friend. We must keep our wits about us. We must follow. Hastings, downstairs, to their cellar.
I mean, a ghost doesn't leave footmarks, like footprints. Like, they don't.
Vanished into thin air. Wet footprints in the dirt floor of the cellar.
What have we here, Hastings?
Wet foot. One N is next to the number 20. The second is next to the number 19. The E is next to the number 15.
Okay, have we done this now? Yeah, we have looked for the ghost of Tom Cutter, which disappeared. Now we have to look for the typewriter, I guess.
Phone isn't much good.
Okay. Just in case we could get off the island, but we can't. So. Good question is, what do we do now? I don't know if we can maybe try people's rooms again, now that we know that some of them are not in them. I mean, if we do know that. It's always a good idea to try people's rooms. I can't double click it, so I don't think it's open.
No.
We could double click in at Marshall's room, so that's open. We've been here before to check the typewriter, so that's fine. Oh yes, there's some in Darnley's room we can get into. Question if we can get into the Redfern's room now. Yes, we can.
RD, I say, Poirot. I'll wager this is Miss Darnley's typewriter.
Beyond a doubt, you are correct. After we test it against the notes, we will return it to her. The sample does not match the note. A new day, Hastings, August 25th. The day that murder came to Seadrift Island. What have we learned? Much of the mystery seems to swirl around Mrs. Marshall, or Alena Stewart as her fans call her. You agree?
Yes, that seems clear.
And two mysteries are solved. The photograph is found beneath Major Barry's pillow. The typewriter of the most charming Mademoiselle Darnley is discovered beneath the bed of the Redferns. Christine Redfern has reason to send such notes, perhaps. Her husband's attentions to Mademoiselle Stewart are obvious to all. At last, there is the murder unsolved of Millie Parsons. Why does Mademoiselle Brewster ask Poirot to take it up? Several of the guests at the Smuggler's Rest Hotel appear to have in common Brixham, the place where she died. Mademoiselle Brewster, Stephen Lane, the former vicar, even Mademoiselle Linda Marshall, who it now appears was a student at Millie's school.
Yes, Miss Porter's school for young ladies. What happened there?
Voodoo rituals? An anthropology teacher awakens in fear to the pounding of the pagan drums?
Voodoo? Nonsense, if you ask me.
Perhaps. But as Miss Darnley said, not nonsense to those who believe. And do not forget Tom Cutter's ghost. We saw.
I admit that gave me a turn. But ghosts? Voodoo? Poirot, even for you, this case has elements of the sensational. No sensible person could credit.
Perhaps. But I will give you the very important clue. Think on the nature of Alena Stewart. Watch as the investigation proceeds, Hastings. Until we can understand fully and completely exactly the kind of person Alena Stewart was, we shall not be able to see clearly the kind of person who took her life. As before, if you find yourself unable to progress, I will assist with the magic of the Finger of Suspicion.
Ah yes. Time now for a fourth clue to its secret.
The clue is drawer.
Power, lamp, desk, drawer. Do I search the drawer for a switch, perhaps? Or is it something more subtle?
I say no more. When you are ready, my friend, we will return to Seadrift Island. It is a morning of sunshine, warm breezes, and a murder most foul.
Let's get into that. August 25th, 1940, morning.
Morning, Monsieur Poirot. Any more thoughts about what we found in the ruins?
Poirot always has the thoughts, Monsieur Lane. Who can tell which will prove to be most significant? What are your plans for this morning?
I've heard there's a fine church in these parts, St. Patrick in the Coombe. I'm going to try and track it down.
I am able to assist you in your search, I think.
Oh?
I found this pamphlet at the establishment of Mrs. Hughes in Leathercombe Bay.
Oh, this is marvelous. And there's a map and everything. Let's see, it'll make a fine hike over the moors, too. Thank you so much.
What illness forced you to leave your position?
It was... I confess it was nerves, Monsieur Poirot.
I did not mean to intrude.
No, it's quite all right. No sense in my hiding the fact. Women, they are so often at the source of evil.
Do you think so?
Man alive, don't you feel it in the air, all around you? We spoke of it yesterday at the ruins, the presence of evil.
Oui, Monsieur Lane, I feel it. Monsieur Lane, I wonder if I may ask you the questions somewhat painful.
Your kind gift has lifted my spirits considerably. I will answer if I can.
Your church was near Brixham, I believe.
Oh, yes, I had a small living there. Why?
Again, thanks. Apparently my very existence is evil and foul to the world. Feels good. Are you familiar with Mrs. Porter's School for Young Ladies? Do you recall the Conservatoire de Danse near there? Does the name Millie Parsons mean anything to you?
Are you familiar with Mrs. Porter's School for Young Ladies?
Why, oh, yes, Miss Potter herself and several of the girls attended my church. Not as many as I would have liked, but some.
Do you recall the Conservatoire de Danse near there?
Oh, yes, Miss Brewster, who is stopping here, was an instructor there.
Does the name Millie Parsons mean anything to you?
The murder. Yes, it caused quite a sensation. A teacher at Miss Porter's was accused. No charges were brought. Simply the ruin of a man's reputation. He may have been misguided, even driven. But the Parsons girl brought it upon herself. Of that I am convinced. And then, only a few weeks later, another murder. They must have been connected. And of that second crime, he was wholly innocent, I have no doubt. So what he said in a moment of weakness...
She brought it on herself? What? She deserved to be strangled? What? No.
What did this teacher say to you?
I may no longer be of the cloth, Mr. Poirot, but I will keep the confidences learnt while I was still in God's service.
Even if it allows a murderer to go free?
Please, God must judge, not I.
Tell me of the second crime.
It received quite a bit of press at the time. Alice Corrigan was the name. Strangled, as was the Parsons girl. The husband was suspected, but again, no arrest was ever made. I'm convinced the two crimes were the work of one man.
And the motive?
Women are at the heart of many tragedies.
In this case, they were the victims of tragedy.
Can you doubt? They brought it upon themselves. Through fornication, adultery, and godlessness.
Yes, I can.
It is my nature to doubt, Monsieur Lane.
Yes, of course. You're a detective. Still, I would think your experience would have paid witness to the truth of my words.
Nope.
I may have misunderstood and unburdened myself too freely. I must be off if I hope to reach the church and be back before it gets too late. Thank you again for the information.
Fellow is right round the bend, Poirot. He practically admitted he knew Millie Parsons' killer, yet did nothing because she was a girl, and somehow deserved it? That's monstrous.
Thank you.
It is true he appears to be quite selective when it comes to forgiveness and compassion. Yet it may very well be that decision to keep silent caused his breakdown. His pain runs deep, and the struggle, it continues. There may be hope for him still.
I mean, he basically said that both Millie Parsons and Alice Corrigan deserve to die because they're women. Cool, thanks. Anyways.
The door. No.
Gotta try out
Wax.
all the doors.
No.
Oh, well, actually, maybe. You can try all the doors from the outside.
The door.
No. We can't double-click ourselves into the room, so I presume it's locked.
No.
Okay, that's also locked. Oh, we can listen.
The door is locked.
Are you going for a swim?
Of course. It's a beautiful day.
With her?
Don't, for goodness sake, get into the habit of being jealous of every pretty woman we come across.
She's not just any pretty woman. She's different. She's a bad lot. Yes, she is. She'll do you harm, Patrick. Please, give it up. Let's go away from here.
Don't be ridiculous, Christine.
Quite sick. Mademoiselle, if I may have a moment of your time?
I only have a few minutes, Monsieur Poirot. I'm meeting Mrs. Redfern at Sanctuary Cove at 10:30.
I will come straight to the point, mademoiselle. You were a student at Miss Porter's School for Young Ladies in Brixham, were you not?
I was. I'm not anymore, though.
Millie Parsons was a classmate of yours?
Yes.
A close friend?
Nah, not really. We knew her, my friends and I, to speak to. She seemed a harmless sort. Rather sweet, actually.
Why did you leave school?
Monsieur Poirot, I like you. But I'm not sure you have the right to ask me that question.
Did you know an instructor named Gideon Fell?
Yes, we had him for anthropology.
He was a poor teacher?
He was all right, I guess. I am very interested in anthropology. That helped, I suppose.
What most interested you in the class?
Superstition. Much of what we call superstition has a basis in fact. Religious practices and so on.
You did not like him?
At first, he seemed all right. He took several of us to the picture show to see a horror film called Curse of the Islands.
The film, it was frightening to you?
A bit, I suppose. But I found it quite interesting, actually. But then he started acting strangely towards some of the girls. He was creepy. Always making comments to girls when he thought no one could hear. Complimenting them on how they looked.
Was he interested in Millie Parsons?
She told me he had followed her once in the woods. He grabbed her wrist. When she tried to break away, he said how much he liked her hair and her frock. She broke away and threatened to tell Miss Porter. She said he looked at her with his face all twisted up. It was horrible, she said.
This interest, it was more than politeness?
A lot more.
Ugh.
Millie told Miss Porter of this incident?
No. One of the other girls had already complained, and she did nothing. She accused the girl of trying to make trouble for Mr. Fell because he gave her bad marks.
After Millie's death, you said nothing of Mr. Fell?
I did. The police looked into it. They said he had an alibi. But I knew. My friends and I knew. You don't believe me, do you?
Au contraire, I have known many alibis that seemed unbreakable, only to shatter as easily as glass when the right force was applied.
He did it, Monsieur Poirot. He killed Millie. I have to change into my swimming costume now. Will you excuse me?
Of course. Thank you for speaking with me.
I say, Poirot, do you think you can break this Fell character's alibi?
If I can, Hastings, Miss Brewster and the police will have their answer.
Ugh.
Latched. Quite sick.
I had forgotten about all these horrible people in this game. Whoops. No, I forgot.
They don't.
Jeez. Here's Rosamund Darnley's room. See if she's in here. I guess we just put the typewriter back otherwise.
The good detective knows even the most useful tools have their proper...
Yes. She never locks her room, apparently. No. Okay, so we've gone through all the rooms. We can go downstairs. I mean, we could go up on the roof or whatever and use the binoculars, I guess. You are not entitled to another human being just because you like them. I don't know why that is so hard for some people to grasp. Is there anyone in here? Where is everyone? Maybe we should actually check Poirot's notes about what we're doing today. Search for the typewriter that matches the threatening notes. True. Solve the missing mail mystery for Mrs. Hughes. Oh, yes, yes. We can do that today, it seems. Or now, or whatever. Oh yeah, do we have a key for that? I don't think so. The monk's door? Nothing here. Can't go there. No, there's nobody here yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just checking in case. Here's someone, though.
Monsieur Poirot?
Good morning, Madame Marshall.
I regret I have not yet found the writer of those notes. That is a scent most charming that you wear. You are going for the swim?
I regret I have not yet found the writer of those notes.
I wouldn't worry myself if I were you. In fact, I'd like you to forget about them.
You have learned the identity of the author?
Yes. And if there's any further bother, I will deal with it myself. Is that clear?
That could be dangerous. An argument will not assist us, Hastings. Better to comply. I will do as you ask. That is a scent most charming that you wear.
Thank you. You're very kind. It's an expensive indulgence, especially for the beach. But I like it so.
You are going for the swim?
No, no. I wanted to use a float.
Use this one with my compliments.
You won't be using it?
No, I am certain of that.
Do something for me, will you?
Anything. Hastings, do not become smitten with this woman. She is charming, yes, but it will cloud your ability to investigate.
Sorry, Poirot. She's just so damned attractive.
Don't tell anyone where I am. Everyone will follow me about, so I just want for once to be alone.
She wants to be alone? I don't believe that for a minute.
Very good, Hastings. You read her character well. I concur. She has the rendezvous, I think. But with whom?
She's going towards the beach with the ladder.
Morning, Poirot. Seen my wife anywhere about?
Has Madame risen so early?
Well, she's not in her room. Lovely day. Think I'll have a bathe right away. Got a lot of typing to do this morning.
Morning, Marshal.
You look for Madame Redfern?
Christine is off sketching somewhere.
I don't know if we can follow him or not, but I don't think so, since the game didn't give us the option to do it directly or whatever. Nothing here. I guess we go to town. To Leathercoombe Bay. Since one of the instructions is to solve the missing mail mystery for Mrs. Hughes. But time is up, so we're gonna do it in the next episode. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see ya.